Hi everyone, I'm Megan and welcome back to another lab video for Analytics and Decision Sciences 4293 Professional Analytics. In this lab, we will be exploring Excel and VBA tips, specifically form controls. If you like the material presented in this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. The material presented in this lab will be based on VBA for Modelers, the 5th edition by Christian Albright, and case 9B11E018 by Dennis Lee, which you can find on Ivey cases through the description box link provided below. For this video, I'll be using Microsoft Excel and VBA. If you would like, please feel free to open Excel and follow along as I explain some tips for using Excel and VBA. Let's get started.
Form controls are important when writing VBA code. They are objects inserted directly into Excel sheets to facilitate data entry, select specific values, and simplify tasks. These form controls can be found in the Developer tab. I'm going to explain 3 form controls and how we can utilize them. So I created 2 macros that we will use under the module form controls. So first we will investigate the label, and then we will investigate the button form control, and finally we will investigate the list box form control. So starting with the label, this gives us a text box that can be used to provide instructions or explanations, as well as run a macro when selected. So to add a label, we navigate to the Developer tab and select the label icon, and then select anywhere on our sheet. So as you can see, we are adding label 22 here, so I'm just going to change the name of this guy to color change, because that's the macro we are going to be assigning to this label. So to assign a macro to the label, we right-click and then select Assign Macro. So as I already stated, we're going to use the color change macro here, and then we just select OK. So now when we click on our label, we can see that the macro color change has ran as it's changed cells B2, C11, or B10, sorry, C11, and D12. Now we will investigate how to use a button form control. So buttons can be used to recall and run macros. So to add a button, again, we navigate to the Developer ribbon and select the button icon and then select anywhere on our sheet. So as you can see, immediately we get a pop-up here that asks for a macro name. So this is going to be the macro that we want to run when selecting the button. So for this example, we want to run the clear color macro, as that's going to clear the cells in B10 to B12 that we just changed the color of. So once we select OK, you can see that we have our button here on the sheet. So I'm going to change the name of that so we know what it does. So this is going to be clear color. So now when we select this button, as you can see, we got rid of the color in cells B10 to D12. And this, whenever we select the button, the macro will run, as well as the label. So we can run the color change macro again and then clear it again just by clicking the label and the button. So this just makes it really easy to run macros, as we don't have to navigate back to Visual Basics or try to remember shortcuts for every macro that we create. So for our final form control, we are going to add a list box, but before we do that, I'm just going to delete the button and delete the label here. Oh, I accidentally ran it, that's my bad, so let me just clear these cells again, just to make it look nice. Okay, and then we'll navigate back to the Developer ribbon. So back to list box. So list boxes limit the inputs to specific values. So to add a list box in the developer ribbon, we select the list box icon and then select anywhere on a sheet. And as you can see, we now have an empty list box. So to program the list box, we need to double click and go to Format Control. So here we can protect the list box, which this should always be locked. We can change the properties, so I'm going to keep it as move but don't size with cells. And then we can navigate to the control, which is how we format the list box. So starting with the input range here, so this is going to be the range of cells containing data for the list box. So for this example, it's going to be cells A2 to A7. And then we have the cell link. So this is where the output is going to go, and that's going to be cell B2. So then we can also select single or multiple objects in our list box, but for this example, we're just going to do single and select one. So once we're done formatting, we can run OK or select OK, and as you can see, we have the list box here. So if we select the first item, which is apple, we get an integer value of 1. So this can just be used if we go back to that table in our VLOOKUP sheet. We could use 1 as our offset value for ID number to find the product type. If we were using this entire matrix, that's just how we could use the output here to extract valuable information. So then if we go to the next object, we get a value of 2, and then if we select pomegranate, we get a value of 3. So each decreasing selection, we add 1 to our output, so all the way to orange, which is 6.
That's all the material I have for this lab video. I hope you found the information regarding form controls helpful when using Excel and VBA for decision modeling. If you like this video, please make sure you leave a like and a comment, as well as subscribe to our channel. If you're interested in more videos, please check out our playlist where we describe other ways to use VBA. Thanks for watching. Bye!